Hi guys, today we're going to be having a go at drawing a Greek goddess in the style of pop art. So for this lesson you're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen and something to colour in with. It could be pencil crayons, felt tip pens, paints, up to you. So first thing we're going to start with is going to be the head. It looks a bit like a brain, so we're going to curve, line around. And then we're going to curve the top of her head, so I'm going to come round. And then we're going to come from this point and we're going to come down and curve underneath in. Like so. We're going to add a line here that's going to come up, down and round to meet that point there. Like that. This line's going to come underneath and then up to meet the top of her head. Looking good. So we're going to do the back of her neck. So we're almost going to curve inwards and then out and down. The top of her head here, which is like her eyebrow, is going to curve in, out, and then we're going to come into her head. Then we're going to add her nose, which follows this line a little bit. So start a little bit further in from this line. And we're going to come out and do a curve down. And then we're just going to do a slight wiggle. So we're going to go up and round. Cool. Now we're going to add the bottom line of her chin. So, first thing, we are going to be adding a headband later. So this headband's going to go over her head and then we're going to see it around the back of her head. So we're just going to do a little curved line in the corner like that. So then we're ready to add her jawline. So we're going to come from that line we've just added in the middle. And we're going to come, she says, down and round her chin. Okay. Then this line is going to come up to meet her nose about here. So her nose is sticking out. There we go. Then we're ready to add her mouth. So her mouth is going to be closer to her nose than the bottom of her chin. So I'm going to start close to the nose, curve up and down. And then we're going to come from that point, we're going to curve in and under to add the side of her lips. Then we're ready to add her eye. So her eye is going to go in this space here. We're going to go up and over. Then this is going to be a point, and at the end we want a curve. So I'm going to point and then curve round. Then we're going to add her eyebrow over the top. And I'm just going to make that a thicker line. Like so. So remember I said about her headband on top of her head. So her headband's going to come from this line. And we're going to just curve it right the way across. And then we're going to follow that line again underneath to the side. So we need to add her shoulder. Now what she's kind of doing is she's looking over her shoulder, so this is going to be her back. So we want to follow this line down here, and we're just going to curve it off the page. So that is her shoulder, this is her back, and that's her neck there. Then we're going to add her dress. So we're just going to create a curve. This is just the top of her dress. Like that. See, really easy, right? I added some kind of like flowery leaf shapes on the side. You could add that if you want to, or you can just continue this line for her shoulder. It's up to you. Then I'm just going to divide this into some sections. So I'm just going to do a line down. So there's one. I'm going to go for another one here. And if you wanted to, you could add another one, it's up to you. I'm going to follow this line down from her chin, like that. Then we're going to put in those squares behind her. So I'm going to go straight line here. I'm going to do another one just above her headband. I'm going to put a straight one above her head. I'm going to put another one in here so it's a smaller section there, a bit of a rectangle. I'm going to do a one coming out from here. And I'm going to put a straight line going up here. And then I'm going to make a smaller shape just in there. And then I just need to add a few more down here. So I'm going to add one going across here. And then maybe one in here. Cool. So we've got all our shapes, now it's just time to add the pattern. Oh, one thing I haven't done, I was going to create some segments, so one on her face, and I'm going to continue that line down on her neck. Now we're ready to add the pattern. So we're going to start with her hair and we're going to add some wavy lines. So I'm going to turn my paper to help me. And just adding some wavy lines for her hair. And the last one down here, I'm going to change the direction I do these ones. Cool, so now I'm going to add some straight lines down here, so like stripes. And then I'm going to add some on her neck, on this section. In here, when I have got my pen later, I'm going to just be adding some spots. But I'm going to wait till I've got my pen to do that. I'm going to add some stripes up here in this corner. So again, when I've got my pen, I'm going to add some dots up here. And I'll probably add some more down here as well. And maybe down here on her shoulder. So once you've done that, guys, grab your black pen and go over all the lines and add those dots and stripes, and then you'll be ready to colour in. So grab your felt tips or your pencil pens or your watercolours or paints, and you can go ahead and add some cool, funky, vibrant colours. Enjoy!